Let's do it. I think we have a forum, right? Good. So first item of business, besides calling to order, is accept the minutes from September 8th and the October 13th meeting. But I forget to do it. Must be moved by Dave, seconded by Jay. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, we're going to start with Office for the Aging.
There's a backfill for an aging services aide due to a resignation.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Let's go to DPW.
DPW, we have a cascade effect here. We have a backfill of a carpenter 2 due to a resignation, which in turn, a highway worker 2 will move into that position, and we would like to backfill the highway worker 2 as well.
So we'll start with the carpenter.
Carpenter 2.
We have Jay and Dave. Questions? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. And then we'll backfill the highway worker 2. Jay and Dave. Questions? All in favor? Carried. Okay, now we're gonna head to. Yep.
Okay, I have a backfill for social services examiner, and this is due to a resignation.
Moved by Sue, seconded by Jay. Questions on DSS? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. All right, and then we have in your packet, you'll see another one that just came up through public health.
It is a backfill of a senior account clerk due to a retirement.
And so the retirement is not till the first of the year.
Right, January.
So you approve the backfill now, so you can
Fill it,
fill it then.
right,
So it'll all be in next year's budget.
yes.
Okay. Moved by Brian, seconded by Sue. Any other questions on public health backfill? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Other, before we go to other business, any questions on any of the backfill? Okay, let's go to other.
So there was an update to the section 85 of civil service law that took away the eligibility requirements for time of war for veterans. So they're allowing veterans who have served full-time active federal military duty instead of the years that were actually on the application. So we updated our application to take away the time of duty requirements. So if they're honorably discharged, we can accept their DD 214 for veteran credits now. And these were emailed out to the towns, villages, schools in the county. So if you did not receive this, I can, send it out again to you.
So it's a new application.
It's
form.
a new
It's an amended
application,
application form
yes.
based upon a change in
In the
state law.
civil service law.
But it just allows.
It allows more people that credits. Yeah. So it's a good thing.
All right, so you're just letting us all know about that, and
Yeah.
we should follow through with our town clerks, et cetera, that any hiring we do in the towns, we should use the new forms and not use the forms that we have in our files now.
Yes.
Any questions for Danielle on this update? I guess not. Okay. Anything else come before the personnel committee today?
That's an update, we didn't have to approve
It's an
it.
update.
Okay.
So,
Only question is, seeing the number of backfills and they're coming fast and furious, are we able to keep enough people going through the system to get the work done? That's gonna be a concern for a while.
so far, I believe so.
Just keep us
I haven't
updated and let us
heard.
know if that's going right.
Okay. If nothing else, we're there.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, it's not. I think we're short of this one.
Really? So much?
Yeah, we'll do one.
My point is that you might want to mind it.
Certain.
So start with.
It's just gonna take it out.
Wow.
We'll do them all. We'll just do them when we get there. Perfect. It's up to you. And you'll read this. Perfect. We're good. Okay. Call finance to order. I need a motion to accept the October 13 minutes. Okay, moved by John Rozell, second by Sue and Dave. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, Larry hasn't arrived yet, so we'll skip over that till he arrives. And then Roger has also got something for executive session too, so we'll do them together whenever the time comes. So we go right to the county treasurer then, Roger, that's the only thing you've got is?
That's all, I only got that one.
Okay, so right to the county treasurer.
All right, hopefully everybody's got a packet. Need some more, real quick. The sales tax deposit this Monday was up again. It was encouraging because they've changed the methodology and it negatively affected a lot of counties, and we weren't one of them yet. So knock on wood that our residents maybe have developed a new shopping strategy that James on a couch is a great way to shop for your needs. So it is. I know that my family's doing their part as best they can. I half jokingly said when I came in this morning that it's not this year that I'm worried about, it's next. I think that this year will finish strong. I don't have any reason to believe that it won't. But if there isn't some relief soon and fuel prices and heating prices and stuff, there's only so much disposable income go around. And if you're having to pay more for your heat in your car, you might not have as much disposable income to do some shopping. So we'll see how that affects our first quarter of 2023.
I heard someone say yesterday in a meeting last night that they $7 a gallon.
Kirsten,
Yes.
Kirsten, it's over $7, it's gonna stay.
Mr. Hicks?
So these are just questions I ask them too often, but the deposit for this period is $185,000 over last year.
Yes, sir.
We are currently at 1.156 million ahead of last year.
Yes, sir.
We're currently at a total of a little over 22 million, and we budgeted 24.
Yes.
I guess what I'm down on the back is prior to this, and I don't remember if it was in 21 or not. The state did the AIM thing and the hospital thing and all that nonsense. Is this comparing apples and apples, or is it this is we're ahead because of those things not being taken out
No, they were taken,
this year or last year?
no, they got taken out this year early. There's still some that won't come out.
AIM wasn't being taken out.
There was some that won't come out, but some already did.
The AIM related payments is not out of this. The last
The
was the
hospital.
villages in the spring was the last round of
Yeah,
that. So, but even with that number, we're significantly above, like even if you were to adjust for the AIM clawback, we would still be significantly
Is
over.
part of the reason we're up because they're not getting AIM clawback portion of it, or are we comparing exactly net to net?
No, I would have to say that it's the whatever, the 293,000 or whatever, you could just subtract it from the 1.1 to show our real gain over last year.
Okay.
So it's not apples to apples, but it might be apples to Macintoshes.
well, I think the chart at the bottom really shows it, but basically, the hospital money came out, the village money came out, the town money is yet to come out. It's not going to, but that is apples to apples. You are up that much with those things out. We are yet to see the savings from AIM not being taken out. That gets taken out usually in December. That won't be taken out. So that is, compared to last year, is exactly where we're at with the other aims out. So those next year won't come out. You won't have the hospital and the villages. That would be money on top of that 1.1.
So in 21, hospital money came out.
Yes,
In 22, hospital money came out.
yes,
And in both years, Bill's money came out.
yes.
And in 21, town money came out, but it won't come out in 22.
Right, but it didn't come out till December. So as of this date, you're still current.
We're up. It's good news. I'm all.
Right, but you would be up even.
We're not really up. If we're kind of comparing year to year, there's a little difference. That's my question.
Right, so right now, there's no difference. Where you'll see the difference is when it doesn't come out in December. That's where you will get more of a gain from that not coming out, or it'll keep us from falling back.
There'll be 195,000 that does not come out in December.
Right,
And then a year from now, we
that,
really can't compare after that because they won't come out in 23, where some of it did come out in 22.
well, we have the ability to, because we can show what it would have been if they'd been in. So we can look at it. If it hadn't come out, you could compare that.
And I can report to the board net to net, just so that we're talking
Yeah,
the same language.
It would just it tells the story a little clearer, that's all. I just want to,
no, you're on the right track.
I don't want too much irrational exuberance, there's a little something in here.
There is. And there will be in for one more cycle.
Gotcha, okay.
Cash balances can continue to be strong. The most important thing that is good news there on the earnings side is that my investment account is now paying 2.97%. I haven't seen that in quite a while. The downside is that if we're gonna have to borrow money for barns and everything, we're gonna be paying a little bit more to borrow the money. If they're paying me 2.97 to hold it, they're gonna be charging, my guess is anywhere from 4 to 4.75. That's probably where the bond market's gonna be, and that's just my best guess. If we have to go out to borrow, it's gonna cost us more, for absolutely for sure.
And that used to be the normal. We only got used to it.
And then giving you budget to actual report, there's nothing astronomical there. We're really on track with the same time last year. There's nothing really significant that I need to let you know about. So that's actually good news that we're trending fairly similar to we were in 21. The other thing that is, it's not my intention to spend a lot of time on, so hopefully we don't. But I thought it was always helpful, because it's a conversation that comes up a lot, and there are some newer faces on the board. When we talk about the levy versus the rate, sometimes eyes glaze over and it's not always clear. So what I wanted to do is do an actual case study. I took a property from each of the 17 towns, what their assessment was for 22 and 22's rate. The roll is now final for 23. I took those same 17 properties, took their 2023 assessment and the proposed 2023 rates based on the tentative budget to show you for that same property, the effect on that taxpayer's bill. Because where the train falls off the track sometimes is that you can have a 3% increase on your levy and people's taxes still go down. That sometimes is hard to grasp for the people who don't do this every day. So I wanted to actually give you a case study. These are a property in each of the 17 towns, year over year, and the effect on that exact property. So I thought this might be helpful, and it might even be helpful when you have conversations with your own taxpayers. That yes, we went up 3%, but here's what will actually happen. So these are numbers that you can actually use to strengthen your conversations with people, because it's counterintuitive. The taxes can go up 3%, your bill can go down. That's not something that everybody grasps readily. So I thought having it in black and white would actually be a tool that you could use not only for yourself, but maybe in other conversations with your townsfolk.
Question.
Mr. Hepp.
Debbie, do you have any of the town tax rates for the year?
When we got your budget, Whitehall, Dave, I think, great. I haven't worked on it.
My public hearings tonight, so. Shit.
That's just slow.
You're just an overachiever.
It's because I get the calendar wrong all the time.
Huber's never in a hurry to spend money.
Here, you want to pat on that?
There you go, that's it.
Wow. Damn.
I think that's a little, that was a little tap.
You're on her left side.
That's right. That's Dave's son.
That's not the one you That'd be gentle.
We got
This is
TMI.
I think so.
So is this a generic property, you just picked it, or it's a specific property? that You picked?
No, it's a random property that I try to stay in a range-ish. So they're in like a 120 to 180, like I tried to stay in I didn't pick like a $300,000 property versus a $50,000 property. I tried to keep a similar.
This
level.
132.9 in Argyle is actual property, and you're just tracking.
Oh, I
every
went to the
year.
roll and picked a specific property
Gotcha.
year over year.
Gotcha.
But the
So
one in
it's-
Easton is a mansion for $3,000.
Well, and that's, I guess that's the only thing that convolutes the story for me, and I like the idea that you did it, but like in Easton, that place that was 158,000 was 3,300, so it's really, it's hard to compare those.
You look
But that's
at
what-
the change.
that's what
Okay.
Bill was looking at.
That's the whole point.
That's
So
what-
your assessment went right through the roof, you're paying less. That's your point.
That's my point is, there was some fear mongering that went on
I guess-
during the revale. And I was trying to find a way to,
Yeah.
as concisely as I could, explain, wait, it's not what it feels like. There's some emotional reactions that happen when you see a
Sticker shock.
sticker shock,
Yeah.
when but when you get your bill, you're like, oh, wait, I'm down 30.
But the problem is it's commingled with the town information, so it still goes up, and you can say, well, the county went down for you, sir.
Well, and we're nice enough to put the workers' comp on your townwide line, so,
It's not under the cap.
Now, to understand the math a little bit better, I do percentage versus percentage. So on the tax rate, what percentage decrease in the rate? We know the levy's up 3%, but what is the tax rate down percentage or?
Well, the actual dollar figures there,
so
like,
it's different for each town.
right, Hartford 7 and it went to 621.
Or what is that percentage difference? It's each town is completely different.
Yes,
You're like,
You know,
yeah,
down.
you're
there's always winners and losers, I mean, that's,
you're a little over 11% down.
Dana's always a.
but for the most part, the average Washington County resident will see a decrease in their bill.
In their town, in their
In their
county
county,
portion.
on the county portion of their bill, even at the tentative budget's rate, they will see a decrease in what they actually pay. And that, like I said, that's sometimes counterintuitive, so I wanted to show in black and white, this is how it works.
And also, let's see, if your assessed value of the town increased, that like the assessed value for the town of Hartford, it increased 7%, which is huge. Like $12 million more. And I'm like, how am I gonna figure out the tax rate on that?
Oh, they provide the numbers. They provide the numbers for you to do it.
And the first iteration,
Nobody understands that except that.
Oh.
so there would be, I'll share with you that the first iteration of this chart, I actually did the 17 of you and then thought better of it and just picked up the properties. So
Ah, no, that would have been funny.
so I have that. Yes.
So here's my one question. On the actual assessed values though, those are all
It's a
residences.
$3,000 one.
Yes, they're all like 210 residential.
They're all 210 residential, but that's not necessarily an average in the town either.
No, but I think that these are, in my opinion, these are levels that are commensurate with an average Washington
Oh,
County.
okay, that
I think that at one point Laura had reported out, it was like 152 or 154 was an average Washington County assessment.
before,
That's the number that's
was that
in my head.
before the last revale?
Yes,
That's what.
but the revale should still equalize into that.
No, there's 3 parts.
Well, and it might be,
Yeah, that's the flex.
but I mean, these properties are all within a median range of Washington County properties.
No, I appreciate it. This is good.
Mr. F.
I'm having a debate here with Dave. Dave says the tax rate, simple math, the assessed value per thousand divided by the levy, but it's not. It's so damn complicated. No one knows how it works. You one day put on a big chalkboard for me how it works, and halfway through it, they're like, you ask somebody else, no, that doesn't work. That's not how it works.
No, at its core, what Dave said is true.
Debbie
knows. Yeah, Debbie's Debbie's right here, she can speak to it better than I can, but that.
Debbie's like, I'm really close to the door. I have wheels on the chair.
Also, when it comes to county, some adjustments made, we can change it a little bit, but I always put it in 2 or 3%.
All right, so the assessed value, if I take the total assessed value of the town. 160.
The taxable.
Taxable assessed value of the town, which is the town portion, right, county value, fire value.
Right,
So I take that total value, 160 million, whatever it
it's
is,
divided by your budget,
Like tax levy.
by the tax.
Pay total tax.
divided by the levy.
That'll
But
be
I
your
don't
rate.
know what the levy is yet on the town, because the county adds in all this stuff behind it.
No, that comes
It
afterwards.
comes afterwards. This is an estimate. We don't know some of those additional fees until she goes through it in December.
But the actual rate is that number.
Well, you can get the rate by taking your budget number into the levy, or into the assessment.
You're not gonna be exact, you're gonna be pretty close.
Part of the benefit of paying your due county directly is you take that, some of that mystery out of
Right.
your calculation.
And you already know your workers' comp number, and you can figure what that is per thousand if you want.
And when you read the paper about everybody's budget, 9 times out of 10, the paper prints, and the tax rate is going from what to what? And the tax rate went up 2%. It's not, right? They print that rate all the time.
I
It's not the
actually
rate.
just saw a report on Warren County's budget. It was like a 3.26% increase in the levy, but the rate went down 20 cents or whatever the number was. So they had that same conversation apparently at Warren County.
Different ways. Anyway. Good
You're
job.
gonna bring this next year, right? Same thing next year?
I'm happy to continue
Yeah.
sharing that because I think it is useful.
Can't you go there, there's every house in the county? So do that.
Every house in the county.
Do it by town, right, Dave? So you can have. Hamptons and you can draw.
You know, I got 6.
I was-
And 5 of them are farms that are exempt, right?
It's free to leave. Anyway. is that done with yours?
If there's no more questions, I'm all set.
Okay, so now that Mr. Peltrovitz has arrived, I guess we're going to do executive session
We're
for.
going to discuss collective negotiations under the Taylor law, and then I will have litigation update and discussion. Review after.
It shouldn't last real long. Basically, last a little bit. Okay, so I need a motion to go into executive session. Moved by Jay, I need a second. Cassie, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay. We're